Hold on, boom, 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 boom. Bibombo, babadibombo, bibombo, bibombo. The bimbo. Bimbo. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait. So do you think we'll have a moon base in when? A year, 2 years, four, or when? Well, I think we will get it together, Robert. I wrote a book about that. Not a plug, but it just fell into my lap. But thank you for joining us. And this has inspired a lot of people. And if they need the funding, I'm sure they'll get it. We appreciate you joining us. Thank you. Jasmine Mobelli is a NASA astronaut. So, a lot of talk about the astronauts. What's it like in mission control? I'm sitting here in the studio freaking out. I mean, they must have been going nuts.
Yeah, Jesse, there's a lot of celebration. And, I was there at launch on April 1st, and you're celebrating them, but you haven't brought our friends back home yet. So now that they're safely slapped down back on planet Earth, there's still work to be done, but everyone's, have a sigh of relief and celebrate this amazing mission that we've just accomplished.
Oh, it's so amazing. And they're about to get this big floaty out. They call it the front porch. And I guess, what are they going to open the top and then slide down and get their sea legs / land legs back and strap in and get up on the bird?
Yes, exactly. So, they've been tested for hypergoals before they open any hatches. They want to make sure there's nothing that's going to be hazardous to the crew, both the crew on the outside and the inside. And then, as you said, they'll open the hatch, inflate that front porch. The crew will exit the vehicle, and then they'll extract them using a helicopter. They got the Seahawks out there, and NASA's been working hand in hand with the U.S. Navy out on the USS Mirtha to bring them back onto the ship and bring the capsule back into the bay as well.
I mean, it's an amazing amount of collaboration between the Navy and NASA. You know, while the Navy is busy in the Gulf,
Fuck.
what a testament to the American spirit. Watching
What
this set.
is the ins the
This and
in
there's just side
yeah
Blackout's always a hard time. At 6 minutes where you don't come. So coming out of blackout, when we got the voice comms from Reed Wiseman, the commander, you're like, yes. And then as the drogues deploy, and then deploy, and you see the faces of those, and once they're all fully inflated, they're
What
and then of course
is
down, then we're all getting them. So
correct?
And you can see these Navy divers getting very close to the captain. You look very closely, it kind of looks like R2D2. And so it looks like they finished with the gas check and they've made contacts with Orion. And are they now in charge of opening up that hatch?
Yes, and we've been training side by side with the Navy, so those divers know exactly what they're doing at this point. And the crew is basically waiting on them at this point. They finished their checks and now they'll be opening up the hatch and helping extract the crew.
Wow. So they've been up there for 10 days. They've been floating for about 41 minutes. That first breath of fresh air must be great.
Yes, and I spent 6 months on the International Space Station, so I remember you really
Press and hold C D on your keyboard, then press plus button on number pad.
Do you remember how long you had to wait when you were sitting there, Bob?
What about just CD?
our recovery was very fast. I was quite impressed with
Ah, 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 ah.
But then backed off. Why do you think they retreated a little?
I'm not sure.
He,
I have no idea.
We're just watching this all together. The entire world. Not showing off. And U.S. astronaut Hall of Famer. With a name like Story, we knew you were destined for greatness.
No.
U.S. Marine Corps in the Korean War. I'm sorry to chop that off your resume. Wow, do I feel small. So, Story, you're watching this unfold right now. The divers are small. It's exposed with your feet. How much you can give yourself.
Okay, what was it again? Which game was it again? Let me see. Oh yeah, I remember now.
Get on this little.
These guys were on the warning screen.
To the John Murtha, named after the former Pennsylvania Democrat congressman. We love him. Tell us about how you're feeling right now.
Never the minds.
Everything went just beautiful today, just perfect. Everything was just wonderful. Per the plan. People knew what they were doing and they did. And so, how much manpower, how many hours does it take to get a mission like this, start to finish, done so perfectly? I don't know the hours. I just keep doing it till you get it right. You keep doing it till you get it right. And you keep working on it to perfect it. And so that's what life is all about. You keep working on that thing until you get the most perfection you can, and then you guarantee that you can pull that off.
on the big day.
And there's always mistakes, but you learn from mistakes, don't you?
Sure do. This was a great day. It's a beautiful day. I'm really, I'm really excited about what they did today. It just came off,
It came off perfectly, and you could hear the NASA commentators say they perfectly executed the descent, and they just absolutely nailed the landing. Could not have gone better. Just a slight
What is
hit.
that? Blood moon.
We should be getting these guys out of there. And
That blood moon.
these seamen are starting to crack open the pod.
Oh.
I think there's about 40 of these guys in the water, all surrounding Orion and trying to get a handle on this thing and crack it open, make sure everything's okay before they do so.
Well, I did train on Apollo. I trained on Apollo to go to the first space station. And so I did all this kind of training. Just what you see on the screen. I went all through those exercises.
Thank you so much, Hall of Famer.
Well,
It's a real honor to have you on the show and have
minutes.
Thank you so much.
Florida Congressman Mike Herodopoulos is the chairman of the Space and Aeronautics Subcommittee. Right now, we're looking at just a majestic image. They're now cracking open this pod, and hopefully we might be able to see these 4 crew members in the flesh for the first time in 10 days.
Absolute perfection, Jesse. What an amazing accomplishment. The United States, when they put their mind to it, can do anything. And I just was texting back and forth with Jared Isaacman, and he said, we are just getting started. It's a real success. It just shows that Donald Trump has put us back on the trajectory of making sure we are space dominant. And we're going to do amazing things first on the moon and ultimately off to Mars because the amazing Artemis 2 mission was such a success.
Yeah, it's always been a part of the American spirit, manifest destiny, pushing the boundaries of science and nature, and you've done it again. And it should inspire the whole country, the whole world, and this is something we can all compare to each other. And we usually don't always agree on much, but this day we do. And hopefully we can spot these guys come out of this shuttle any second now. We might even be seeing them crack open the front lobe of this pod as we speak. These guys
What
must
is
be
amazing?
exhausted.
I can only imagine after 10 days and all they've done, the furthest that ever astronauts ever gone before. And for once, all of America came together starting last Wednesday at Kennedy Space Center, the district I represent, and people come together. And never have we invested more in NASA. Massive funding to make sure that we win this space race. And with Donald Trump and now Jared Isaacman showing huge energy to make sure we are going to the next level. Again, this is the kind of mission that America needs to galvanize this country once again, unite us to show that America is the nation that leads the world.
All right, Congressman, thank you so much. So the side hatch just opened, and I wonder who's first out. I maybe they do rock, paper, scissors for it. Let's bring in engineer and former NASA astronaut Dan Tanny. Dan, this is the moment. This is the moment we've all been waiting for.
That's fantastic. Yeah, watching it happen. After a successful touchdown and a comm check, and then watching them bob up and down the water.
Dum dum dum. Dum 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 dum
Just walking around, you felt like the
dum 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 dum
space station.
dum 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 dum.
Absolutely. The water must be pretty uncomfortable for those guys. So I'm sure they're happy that they had to open and get out.
This might be the most uncomfortable part because there's 4 people in the pod, and they have 4 Navy divers who go in because each astronaut gets their own man to pull them out. So 8 people in what? What is the size of like a minivan?
Where's Glossy?
In there, but I'm sure they're happy to have those guys on board to help them unstrap and extract it.
I'm sure.
Oh,
Sure, it's fine.
Oh man, what a moment! So they go in, and the moment they meet these astronauts, what happens? This is the first contact they've had with other humans physically in 10 days. What are they now doing that they're in this capsule?
So I don't. Sounds like they're great. And then we have to unstrap them. You know, they're strapped in and they're hooked up to at the comm and oxygen. So it's a procedure to get unstrapped and get ready to come out. So that's their job. And I'm sure that the divers and the crew members have met each other. I'm sure they practice.
Banger song.
I hope that
Banger song. Banger, banger song. Banger song. Banger song. Banger song. The banger song.
The sky. What's that like?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Being in zero G is really easy on your body, and you get used to it really quickly after a day or two. And then for this crew, pulling 4 Gs during the entry is going to be jarring. So from going from 0 to 4 Gs is pretty rough. And then when the parachutes come out, everything shakes like crazy. They hit the ocean. Boom.
Well,
And that's just
thanks for joining us. Sean is going to take it from here, everybody. We love you. All right, Jesse. Yes, we love you too. And this is America Greatness on Display. Welcome to Hannity this Friday night. Artemis 2 and its 4 astronauts are officially back from the moon, splashing down as we've been covering in the Pacific Ocean after traveling farther in space than any human in history. And in mere moments,
Fucking bastard.
will triumphantly emerge from their capsule. Let's first check in tonight with Jonathan Seri. He is live at NASA's Johnson Space Center. He's in Houston, Texas tonight, where the astronauts are eventually headed. Jonathan, a lot of celebration there.
Yeah, Sean, there certainly is. This was a near flawless mission. Really, when you can joke about the toilet not working properly, you know that things are going extremely well. And even that, the toilet was working fine. It was the wastewater discharge system that wasn't working. And so they were told not to use the toilet. But clearly, everything else worked extremely well, so much so that shortly after launch, when they conducted the lunar injection, that large burn that they did on the second day to put themselves on a path to the moon. It was so accurate that they were able to skip some of the course corrections during the trip, and really the big adjustments didn't happen until they were setting the course to the exact splashdown site. They landed right to the minute that they had predicted, 8:07 Eastern time, and now the astronauts are in the process of being recovered. The capsule safe and stabilized, and the order that these Navy and NASA crews will be moving the astronauts.
Oh, 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 oh. Ah!
Christina, pilot Victor Glover, followed by Canadian.
I should have.
Mission, NASA astronaut Reed Weissman will come out. They'll be loaded onto a floating raft, and then from there they'll be hoisted into helicopters, a pair of helicopters that will take them to the nearby Navy ship, the USS John P. Murtha, and that will bring them back to shore, back to San Diego, and then most likely tomorrow sometime. They'll be flown back to Johnson Space Center to be reunited with their families. Some of those families watching from mission control during the whole process of re-entry, reunited with the families, and then they'll begin a relatively brief period of rehabilitation, reacclimating them to Earth's gravity. The rehab won't be nearly as long as someone who spent 6 months on the International Space Station, but even 10 days in space, you do need some rehab. Clearly a happy day, Sean, after a very successful moon.
All right, Jonathan, thank you for that report. Joining us now with more NASA spokesperson Bethany Stevens is with us. Bethany, I think unlike most Americans, I'm just in awe. I have a telescope at home. I look at the moon, and
especially like the full moon and the unbelievable audacity and brilliance that it takes to get up there. We're gonna go there. We're gonna travel around there. We've landed there, and we're now on a path to do that once again and more. It takes my breath. It's America exceptionalism at its best.
They're only delivering packages. These are delivered by a different person.
Will check the astronauts while they're in the Capitol. They do face a number of health challenges upon reentry and spending so long in microgravity, difficulty walking, extreme nausea, off balance in her ear, decreased muscle and bone mass. Even after 2 weeks, muscle mass can fall by 20%. Tell us what they're gonna experience. What are the doctors on the ground in their ship looking for as they go in the Capitol and as the astronauts leave?
We have a talented team of medical experts that will be evaluating these astronauts as they return home.
God damn you.
It's a testament to American ingenuity. And we have these doctors ready to make sure that our astronauts are safe while doing that. And I know President Trump just posted on social media his congratulations to those astronauts, saying that we're going to be doing this again. So this data,
Oh.
we take data before the mission so that we can compare it to the data after the mission and ensure that our first and foremost priority of safety is taken care of.
Over the years, there have been so many inventions that have come out of our travels in space. Any particular that come to your mind that
Fuck you.
benefited all mankind?
Several. I mean, this mission is the test of all that we've learned over the past 50 plus years. Lots of technological innovations since Apollo 17 in 1972 that we're putting to the test here, sending astronauts further than they've ever been before, and we're going to continue to do it, ultimately resulting in a moon base, starting construction early next year and landing man back on the road in 2028.
Let me ask you, and let me first read. President Trump put out a truth that said, "Congratulations to the great, very talented crew of Artemis 2. The entire trip was spectacular. The landing was perfect. And as President of the United States, I could not be more proud. I look forward to seeing you all at the White House soon.
Fuck
We do
you.
Mars, President Donald J. Trump. The thought of that is pretty amazing to me, and I'm sure it is to you as well."
Absolutely. And I mean, he is entirely right. As Administrator Isaacman just said on our recovery ship, this is just the beginning. 2027, we have Artemis 3. 2028, we have Artemis 4, where we land astronauts on the moon. This time it's not reflecting.
Down.
Continue building that moon base, and that's going to be what ultimately gets us to Mars and delivers upon that promise by President Trump. We've seen his promises delivered on before. In his first administration, he established the Artemis program. Now we're seeing the first crewed mission of that go flawlessly. That incredible splashdown that we all just witnessed, we captured the attention of the world and will continue doing that.
No.
That's the spokesperson, Bethany Stevens.
Balloon Baby Bill is a bad boy.
I think they're giving an explanation of what is actually going on inside of the capsule, but
I'm sweating like a sea dog.
Deputy Administrator of NASA, Pamela Melroy. Pamela, let's get your initial thoughts. I think that I speak for a lot of
I
people
need to give some initial fucks.
with such a scientific
Oh my god, no.
So the moment you get to that safe splashdown and you know that
Ho 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 ho.
this is something, there's so much redundancy and effort and engineering to go into this to ensure the ultimate safety for these astronauts.
Fuck you.
Yeah, it really is still a stunning achievement. You're absolutely right.
Lancer guy.
I think it's important to put in context that what we did in Apollo was incredible, but we really didn't know how to routinely send people to space safely. And we did that on the space shuttle. And then we learned how to keep them alive for long periods of time and support them doing science from the space station. So all of those years of into the precision to me, it's astounding. going out to the moon, that there were no
Hmm.
corrections necessary.
He 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 he. He he he. He 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 ha.
Again, well, at least in my case, I was holding my breath, and then you have a series of parachutes that are released, and then you want to make sure that the airspeed is perfect. It was perfect the entire time. It was a perfect splashdown. Um, all of it has to go that way. Although there are contingency plans, aren't there?
There are every single step of the way. There's a backup. What if, maybe an alternate way of, releasing a parachute or every step of the way there's contingency plans. And the crew has been practicing and training for that for years now, as well as all of the mission control and the flight directors. So I think, but nobody's ever disappointed when it goes perfectly. It really wasn't.
Let's see.
You yourself, former deputy administrator of NASA. You served as a pilot on space shuttle missions. You've been through these programs yourself. What are these astronauts as we watch them? I know they're getting their initial medical check. There are a number of health challenges that every astronaut faces because of microgravity. What's going on now, and how soon do you expect we'll see them get out of that capsule?
Yeah, hopefully it will be soon, but that's exactly correct. It's, the body is an amazing thing. You adapt to this microgravity, zero gravity environment very quickly. And it's a vacation. It's a vacation for your muscles and your heart and your vestibular system. And so when you come back into gravity, everything kind of goes through sort of a reset. And you can have some really big balance issues and sometimes orthostatic intolerance where your blood pressure has difficulties when you're standing or whatever. When I'm looking at this, I can't help thinking in that capsule, I'm like, and they're rocking around a little bit. And that's something that can actually provoke your vestibular system into making you not feel very good. In fact, you could even be feeling sick. And it wouldn't surprise me if they were feeling a little seasick right now. But I do think, these are professionals. They know exactly what they need to be doing. They're going to hold their heads still. They're going to let the team come in, just, check on them, make sure they're feeling okay. If they need a little extra water to hydrate, which is not unusual, they'll take care of that. And even coming off the space shuttle, it took us a little while to feel good enough to walk off, and that's going to be the same thing here. They're just going to take their time.
All right, Pamela, we do appreciate you. Now, NASA did just update us. They said it is the current, the water current, that is preventing them from moving as quickly as they would like with the extraction. Obviously, they're moving with the utmost care. Right now, inside of that capsule, you have 8 people inside, 4 Navy divers with medical training. Each are assigned an individual astronaut, making sure that they're comfortable, that they're feeling good. Amazing. I guess I know when I come back from vacation, and I'm not comparing my vacation to spending that time in space, but as Pamela was describing, it's different when you are out of gravity like this, and then you come back, and the health challenges. What they're checking for inside the capsule are issues like difficulty walking, possible nausea, off balance in her ear, decreased muscle and bone mass. That can happen, believe it or not, 2 weeks um, in space, you could have a muscle mass decline of 20%. Then you have this whole issue of spine elongation. And astronauts can find themselves slightly taller once they return home. And those changes can cause some back pain, some slip discs. Those are things that they will be looking for immediately and in further examination as they now readjust to being back on planet Earth. Anyway, joining us now with more NASA astronaut Matthew Dominic is with us. Matthew, you're an American test pilot. You were an astronaut. You have more than 1,600 hours of flight time, 28 aircraft, 400 carrier assisted landings, 61 combat missions, almost 200 flight test career landings, and you were selected as a member of NASA Astronaut Group 22. You began your 2-year training, and commander of SpaceX Crew 8 mission.
It says we have
to the
8
United
pieces of
States.
mail today.
You have a heck of a.
And we had 7 yesterday.
Unique
That's
insight into what
the
you guys are now going through in that capsule.
Yes, sir. I mean, it's an incredible feeling to come through the atmosphere at such speed. And in our capsule, we commanded the lights off on the inside so we could get the glow.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
The windows
Today
open.
we have 9 pieces.
And then
Yesterday we had 8.
feel that little jolt, and the drones come out, and then the mains come out, and you finally splash down. It is really, really hard to capture how excited you are inside.
Yeah, it is. To the extent that you have had your own missions and you've spoken to so many people that have been on these missions, when in fact you have a splash landing, as we witnessed tonight, with perfection. I mean, it was utter engineering perfection. But even so, that change, spending all that time in microgravity, how real are those symptoms?
It's coming back. I spent 235 days in the space station, and you get pretty adapted to living at 0G. It's really fun to wake up in the morning and commute, 30, 40 feet to work by floating. So spending that time in the capsule, these folks, they've been up there for 10 days. They've seen the moon. They've come through at incredible velocities through the Earth's atmosphere and came to splash down. So there's all kinds of emotions and feelings going on right now, and they're getting used to gravity again. So they're like Pam mentioned, they're being very careful moving their head and readapting to this 1G environment. And also they're bobbing in the ocean while they wait to get pulled out.
Would you describe, as Pamela did, zero gravity as being on vacation in a way, in terms of the lack of stress on your body? It doesn't sound exactly like a vacation to me, considering the importance and the danger and the mission involved here.
I mean, parts of it do feel like that. I think that their comment was about, vacation for your muscles. What I thought really cool is we work out every single day for 2.5 hours in space station. So we're doing the equivalent of deadlift and squats using resisted devices. And so you're able to work out really, really hard. And because your muscles don't get used for the rest of the day, you can recover and do deadlifts and squats your very next day.
I mean, that's pretty spectacular in and of itself. But the only thing that went wrong in this entire mission is that the toilet gave them some combination. I would say that is about as successful as you could have, right? Just before I came on with you guys, we were in a room watching together, like that company after super excited that we accomplished this. We put 4 humans around the moon, and this is just one small step towards so many small and bigger steps, right? Next year, we're going to launch another mission, 2028, 2 missions for the moon lander. This is America at its finest. By the way, I think knowing Donald Trump as well as I do, I would not want to be the company that designed that toilet.
It's so fucking bizarre.
That's a great line. I wish I thought of it. I just think of this. There are so few things, I guess, in the environment. But I can't think of a single American that didn't watch and is not
There. Oh, hello. I noticed you. Don't.
People like the design, and when it comes to perfection, like we've been witnessing all night, and we await these astronauts leaving that capsule, it just leaves the country with a sense of underlying slow down.
Of course, my military career, 21 years. I've met people around the world. There's people I haven't talked to in years and years, and they've all been reaching out to. Some people told my wife the other day, they said, "Hey, I didn't even know we were going to live, and now I watch this TV for 11 days every day. I'm checking in. I want to check in on my afternoon. It's such a heartwarming thing, and we all come together and do amazing things as humanity. So this has been super captivating. It's just a really good story.
It really is a great story. Matthew, we really appreciate your heroism, all that you've done for the country. I hear the great pride in your voice and the celebration in your voice as well.
Substitute.
Achievement. Thank you so much for being with us.
Uh-oh.
Let me just announce that it is the water current that is beginning the as they'd like to make it. And obviously, the crews on the ground. We're 8 people now inside of this capsule. 4 Navy divers. 2 of them have medical training. Each one is assigned an individual astronaut. Now, we also got an update from the undersea medical officer. He is reporting at this hour, at this moment, that astronauts are green. What that means is they are feeling great. They are happy to be home. They are ready to be extracted as soon as possible. I can't imagine what's kind of small. I'm sure we'll probably cramped in there. And they will be as quickly as possible. Obviously, if that last part of the mission is to be safe, we expect to see the astronauts being extracted probably in the next couple of minutes. Helicopters are a safer way to get astronauts on board. It's been an hour and 10 minutes.
I mean, I do, but I probably won't understand them enough.
The 10th man to walk on.
Probably these characters are for each night. Night 1 Butcher. Night 2 already being glitzy.
I can sit right here. Is it raining?
What's up when I get in, but it look real cloudy, but
It's like a tornado. We go at it.
What? It's not even raining. Looks like it's me. Okay, now you can shut my light out. Put it back, leave them there. Thank you.
What about that? I guess the snow would be from the seas to the trees, and that was where it was back where you were. You're in a plane crash here all the time, and we didn't have any. Wait, granted, when we out bad. We have power. There was more no way to. So many. That's why we have it in St. Paul, but they right. Anyway, they touch on how it's right. I mean, I'm not sure if the devil was working on it. We have a bag, a bag of holy water. It's really questionable license for so we manage like so we first correct saying you get used to and it's a good fact have the opportunity and excited about being on this adventure that same distance experience and so many memories saying Navy SEALs and program we call them,
Well, they fixed my chair
we know about this,
with a shower.
you know, this is probably the dumbest of the irrelevant question that has ever been asked before, and I will apologize in advance for even asking it. But you talked about body odor. Does that imply that you didn't smell it at 0 gravity? No, you did. Everybody was fair. But when I got outside, and we went to the master down there, and flew up back to the jail, and then they took the spacecraft and pulled it on board the other day. So now study room, I took a shower and got all cleaned up, and everything is uniform, flying through. And then I got back to the place I could collect my stuff. And I kind of fly in like, here's almost was a photo of like space there. So you don't realize it while you're in there, but you get out and you get fresh air and then you just try to get back running and you know, overtimes. Anyway, here's disclaimer. No, obviously, until you land it safely, and when every one of these missions, you know, I know for me as an observer, I'm holding my breath and saying prayers and hoping that there's a safe landing here. Let me explain what we're about to see. I believe what we're about to see. Maybe you can explain this for us, but it's been about an hour and 15 minutes since splashdown, and the stabilization followed out, and that means they would likely be lifting the spacecraft off of the water so it doesn't waste so much in the water. Kind of giving you an impression maybe they didn't have that protocol in effect when you went on your mission, but teams are about to connect the front porch to the stabilization collar, and then we're going to see the astronauts after that point come out. Can you explain that process? Yeah, well, it's a little bit different than what we did. They put a flotation collar around the spacecraft. So it wasn't, when you was open and had, you could see, rough seas, it was rough sea compared to what we did. Well, they were probably like four, you know, once you open that, we didn't want to go. It was against me. You also don't have, you got in the lab, I will not say. So something the same, they blew up bad. And then the crew that was left out there managed the spacecraft and they eventually got it back on board. So it's very similar to what we did, but this is slightly different. Now you were the 10th person that actually the youngest person ever walked on the moon at the time. And I would assume being younger probably helped you. Is that a fair statement? The entire he said conversation. When I say NASA made a big deal of this. So big deal. I guess younger than yeah. The funny what was we had just the other within the 50s. When we landed on the moon, and it was in great shape. We just plans, just she had practiced all of this stuff. We floated on a ground, practiced getting on the small. They were nice. So we were familiar with everything. And it was
Yeah.
Just second nature. I guess really.
No, what's your message? Well, then I better come right now, right? Because my phone doesn't ding all the time.
We're just in how the fuck in space?
Yeah, I heard a bad word.
And that's when I went in to retrieve some of my.
Was it by accident?
That's when the odor was overwhelming. Anyway, Charlie Duke, what an amazing mission you were on, and we really appreciate your time and sharing your experience with us. Sure. It looks like they are about to come out. The astronauts are about to exit the capsule. They're lowering the cars down from the helicopter. Teams had just moments ago, not that long ago, connected the front porch to the stabilization collar, and then, this is when we expect that the astronauts will now come out one by one. And that will, now that obviously the health check has gone through, it's taken a little bit longer than we initially understood. I want to repeat that NASA reported from their undersea medical officer that all 4 astronauts, their term is green, meaning that they're all feeling great. They're all happy to be home. They're all ready to get out of that capsule and extract it as soon as possible. It looks like we're moments away from seeing that. Each diver had their own uh, medically trained Navy diver in there with them, obviously checking for conditions that you expect after being so long in microgravity, and that would be difficulty walking, some nausea, off balance, inner ear. You can have spine elongation. That's something else that the medical professionals look for, where they might be slightly taller, believe it or not, once they return home. At 6 foot and getting older, I think I could use a little elongation myself at some point. But it's all phenomenal stuff. But it looks like they're about to come out. We're going to watch it as closely as these images will show us. Joining us now, former NASA administrator Jim Bridenstine is with us. Jim, thank you for being with us. It looks like they're about to come out from my perspective. Your thoughts?
Yeah, Sean, they are. And I want to be clear. It has taken a little time to get out of this capsule, but this should not, we should not dismiss the gravity of what just happened. We just had a pinpoint landing. When you think about in geography, we pinpoint landing in geography, but also in timing to the second. This was a stunning achievement. And I want to be really clear about where we were before President Trump became president. We had zero, I mean, zero moon mission. And his very first space policy directive said, go to the moon and go sustainably. In other words, stay on the surface of the moon. Use the resources of the moon. That's in Space Policy Directive 1. And to be clear, we talk about Greenland a lot. We talk about natural resources, the geographical strategic value of it. The moon is that times one.
No.
The Earth has a very active geology, a very active atmosphere and hydrosphere. When we talk about rare earth minerals, these are asteroid impacts from billions of years ago. And when you find them on Earth, they're in very trace amounts. That is not true of the moon. It doesn't have an atmosphere. It doesn't have an active geology. Anything that impacted the moon billions of years ago is today right where it was billions of years ago. We need to go to the moon. We need to beat China to the moon. We need to make sure that the United States of America has the budgets to achieve the outcomes that are in America's interest. This is American greatness, and we're seeing it with our own eyes right now, and we need to double down and triple down.
I agree with that, and the plan is that we will be back on the moon, walking on that moon in 2028, and then off to Mars. Your thoughts on that?
100%. The president just tweeted that the next step is Mars.
No.
And that is absolutely
It's just an endoskeleton.
set up the base, and we need to go on to Mars. That is what American greatness is all about. I also want to be clear. Today, NASA's budget is 0.3% of the federal budget. Now, President Trump, to his credit, when he gave us Space Policy Directive 1, he also increased our budget. He said, look, there was grass growing out of the runways at Kennedy Space Center. We need to get it fixed. We need to go to the moon, and we need to go on to Mars. We've done all of that. Now we need to say, okay, that 0.3%.
Probably a non-bot. There.
Era. We just had Charlie Duke on. Charlie Duke said, that era of space flight was amazing. Well, if we're going to go to Mars, we need to get this budget up. And President Trump did it once. I think we're going to do it again. If we can't get behind this mission at this point, thanks to his leadership, boy, nothing's going to do it. This is a great day for America. It's a demonstration of America.
But Jim, I want you to look. I just saw. It looks like the first crew member has now exited the capsule. The first crew member is now out of that capsule. Pretty amazing. And the challenges of going from zero gravity back into the Earth's orbit, it is challenging on the body physically, is it not?
Oh no.
I'm certainly not a NASA astronaut, but I have the opportunity to work with a lot of them, and different people respond in different ways. I think for this particular mission, recovery will be very quick because it was only 10 days. But when our astronauts go to the International Space Station and they're there for a period of 9 months to even up to a year, sometimes it's a lot harder to recover from the amount of atrophy from the muscles and the bone and everything else. The vestibular system, of course, takes a hit, and all that takes time to recover. I'm very hopeful that in this,
Nothing about Jim, if I may, I want to go, I want to go someone offering, the second crew member is now out of the capsule.
Bring ball, eat ball.
It's the first one. Okay, so I do on 28. 2030. Even to press the photo is the space and able to form history and service. So that they learned a lot, that they will be learning more in the days to come. This is all pretty exciting.
Boom boom boom, yeah, boom ba doom boom ba doom ba ba doom ba 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 ba.
You never know you can be kind of the world. We do that. Now, I think I'm being the landing coach. We need to be able to land on the surface of the moon. We need to be able to fly longer distances. And why not just definitely in the clouds.
Bada beat bum bow, wada beat bum bow, wada beat bum bow, da boom bum bow. That'll be on bow, will be on bow, I'm be on bow, I'm be on bow, I'm be on bow, be on bow, when I'm riding bum bow, I'm body bum bow, body bum bow, that I'm be on bow, gumbo, be on bow, what a body bum bow, I'm be on bow, be on bow. Dabba dee umbo. Dum dum dee dum bum. Dum 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 dum. Boom, boom. Thank you for watching. This was great.
So this should be the commander of Westland. The news that we're making progress, everything is coming along as planned. This mission has been flawless thus far. I know that Administrator Reinstein just mentioned that it's taken us a little while to get them out of the water. We're hoping to extract breeds soon and send them well on their way to that recovery ship and hopefully get them home to their families here soon.
Bethany, I can tell you right now, all 4 crew members have left the capsule. They are now in that raft adjacent to the capsule. All 4 crew members have been extracted. It looks like safely, obviously surrounded by medical staff, medical crew. They got a medical check. Apparently, thumbs up on all 4 in terms of their medical condition.
Fantastic. That's exactly what we train for. That's what we hope for when we send our astronauts out on these missions. We hope for this safe splashdown and landing, and we will now get them over to those medical officers to do those checks.
You said something earlier, and as I've been watching all night, and America's been watching all night, you used the word.
Beat bow. Beat bow. Beat bow. Be up, bow. Be up, bow. Be up, bow. Be up, bow. 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 Be up, bow. Be up, bow. Bow.
What they play in this process, they're all invested. They've invested their lives into making sure that they get up, they accomplish their mission, and we're gonna get
Freddy hard.
Yeah. The mission control that you're seeing, those are the people who have been controlling this mission day and night, 24 hours, dedicating their lives to making sure that these astronauts return home safely and that we execute this mission well. It took us years to get to this point, and there's a reason for that. We wanted to execute with perfection. Now we have an agenda set forth for us. The President talked about it. He's already administrator. We asked to talk. We're gonna be doing these missions on a yearly basis. Geopolitical adversary, and we're gonna continue executing these with excellence on a tighter timeline.
I'm very competitive. I want to beat China at everything. I want to beat Russia at everything. I want to beat all of our geopolitical foes at everything. And I say it proudly. If you're just joining us, all 4 Armistice 2 crew members are now out of the capsule. Why don't we talk a little bit, Bethany, about what's going to happen next? There is a procedure to hoist the astronauts up to Navy helicopters, and that process will begin very shortly, correct?
Yes, they're gonna hoist those astronauts off of those inflatable rafts up to the helicopter and take them over to the Navy's USS Bertha, where they will be greeted by the crew members aboard, including Administrator Isaacman. They're gonna be checked out by medical officers, and continue that process, and then that will lead us into tomorrow, where we're going to return them to Houston, Texas, where their families are, where they train for this mission. Tell them safely and reunite them with their families, where they can tell us everything about what they have learned on this historic mission.
Well, Bethany, congratulations to all on a job well done. Every person and to the last person that has been a part of this success, they deserve our great gratitude. Anyway, we really appreciate your insight, spending time with us. Bethany, thank you. Joining us now, former NASA Chief Astronaut Robert Hoof Gibson. I just like the name. It's great to have you, Robert. Thank you for being with us. You have an incredible history as well. Former naval officer, aviator, test pilot. You're an engineer in your own right. And as a retired NASA astronaut, you served also as the chief of the astronaut office for a number of years. And you flew a number of missions, 5 in particular. So now we're at the last phase of splashdown to health checks, to getting these astronauts hoisted up to onto the helicopter. Walk us through the rest of the process from here.
This has been so very exciting. Not just to me, but I think to the country as a whole. Before we came on camera here, we were in the hotel lobby and people were cheering and applauding and clapping. This is classic. Welcome to America. This is classic. This is what we do as Americans. The process from here now is, as was mentioned a few moments ago, the astronauts will be lifted by helicopter and taken to the USS John Murtha, and the capsule will be picked up and brought to that same recovery vessel. And after that, with plenty more medical exams and plenty more medical checks, we always look forward to that. Every time I came back from a mission, the doctors and the needles would be waiting for us. But it was always such a big thrill to be back home again. And that's what this crew is living. They've lived something so much greater than anything I ever got to do. I got to spend altogether 36 and a half days in space, but I never got to fly around the moon. I was so very envious watching them and so very thrilled for how brilliantly this mission has been executed.
You know, considering your biography, which I have in front of me, I'm kind of laughing and chuckling a little bit because you've done a lot of impressive things in the course of your life and your career. As I hear the enthusiasm,
Better close the doors or you are gonna get you.
just kind of makes me feel like
Wait,
when we say the land,
is this the whole?
not just words, are they? This is America at its best. This is American exceptionalism. This is dreaming big and achieving big dreams. This is, an effort that transcends, all division in every way imaginable. It's so inspiring. Every single
I got the thing. I got the other thing.
the recovery, making sure they're healthy and that they're okay, and now extracting them. Every aspect of what they do is dangerous. None of this is easy, is it?
That's good. That's good. And, one of the speakers I would make to my because every time I each time you flew, you
Uh,
better and more quickly each time. And my final mission was the first docking done by a space shuttle, and it was with the
yeah,
Russian
I
space
will be right back. The phone is charging. Yeah, we'll get the other fan games up.
was able to jump up and down.
And yeah.
Because I had learned all those other 4 times going to space, what the readaptation was going to look like and what it was going to feel like. So there is a learning curve, and we had an experienced crew, and a Canadian astronaut going beyond Earth's orbit for the very first time. And what a spectacular success this mission was. The launch was right on the money every bit of the way. The re-entry and the approach, right through entry interface all the way down to touchdown, was right along the lines that it was supposed to be on. And what a tribute to NASA and to the American people for being able to pull all this together. And really is a tribute to all involved, and we can't give enough credit to them. And also, it's interesting. You said as a commander, you would be able to share your previous experience with them. For example, upon reentry, oh, you learned after the first time that if you did this and this, you had an easier time adjusting. That's invaluable information to pass on to a new astronaut, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, it certainly is. And one of the things that we would tell new astronauts, and I took a number of new astronauts to space on my 4 missions that I flew as commander. One of the helpful hints was during the reentry, don't be moving your head around a lot. Don't be tilting your head forward.
Instruction.co. I don't know what I was on about when typing this.
What's going
It's
on?
Bear 5. Hey.
Engage in excessive head movements because you have an internal gyro. All of us have an internal gyroscope, and it can get spun up and tilted if you aren't careful. And that's especially true coming back from being weightless for 8 and 10 days. Yeah, by the way, Robert, as we are looking right now, the Navy helicopter is flying over where the 4 astronauts are. You can see that they're lowering somebody from the helicopter. Obviously, it looks like they're going to extract the first astronaut, and that astronaut will be pulled up, put on the helicopter, and then they'll follow through with the other 4. That too is dangerous and amazing as well, which is what our military does so often. It is, and our military is the military of the world, and we always counted on our rescue personnel so very much, uh, and trusted them, and knew that our lives were in their hands, and our lives were in good hands with our military. Yeah, well, it looks like the first extraction will be taking place. All 4 astronauts, you can see right there, they're at the front part of the screen, it looks like right now. And well, there you go, one by one, you will see them airlifted onto that helicopter and on their way eventually back home. But first, obviously, a lot of medical treatment will be, and tests will be given to all of them. Bring back friend or colleague Jonathan Seri.
Oh yeah.
Space.
Aha.
They eventually will be headed. Well, I see you right now.
Oh, I forgot to know that bro was tweaking.
First astronaut, I think it's Christina Cook, the mission specialist, American mission specialist, NASA astronaut. And she'll be followed by Jeremy Hansen, our Canadian neighbor, who also joined this mission, and then Victor Glover, the pilot, and last but not least, the mission commander, Commander Weissman, will be hoisted. These helicopters, and I believe it's 2 of them, will be carrying the 4 astronauts to the ship for medical checkups, and provided that everything is fine, when the ship brings them into San Diego, they will catch a flight back to Houston to be reunited with family and friends here at the Johnson Space Center. And they will have a brief rehab period, not those astronauts.
Waffy, 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 waffy.
For an effect on your body, so they will go through some rehab, light rehab perhaps, to get reacclimated to Earth. But everything seems to be great. This mission, other than the plumbing system, this mission went beautifully, a near perfect mission, and it looks like the recovery is going extremely well as well.
It looks like a second astronaut now has been hoisted onto the helicopter as well. You mentioned that the first one was Christina Poach went up first.
Christina,
Yeah, she went up first.
Yeah, second one should be Jeremy Henderson, the Canadian, and then followed by Victor Glover, and then
Wait, is this made from the scratch? I believe so.
Mandatories last. Fascinating to watch. They'll be with you. I guess they'll be in Houston sometime tomorrow.
So the WSD keys.
reunited
The button. Minus on the button.
but it'll be
Hide the HUD. What is a HUD?
over the next 2 weeks, but really dependent on how they're feeling, how long rehab takes. But we will hear from them. This is an incredibly articulate group. They were very inspiring leading up to the mission, but especially when they were on that spacecraft and just taking in the views of Earth, seeing Earth from such a distance. It had a very, very genuine impact on them. You could feel it. They bonded with each other even more. I mean, I didn't think this could be a more tight-knit crew before they launched, but really during this mission, they came together even more. I think these people will be best of friends for the rest of their lives.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. There is a brother and sisterhood here that few can really understand. It looks like now the third astronaut, this would be Victor Glover, who is now being hoisted into the helicopter. And then the mission commander, Reed Reisman, will be the last person to be hoisted into that helicopter. Jonathan Surrey, thank you for all of your coverage tonight. We appreciate you being with us. Here now, retired NASA astronaut training manager Homer Hickam is with us. Homer, great to have you. As you watch now, 3 of the 4 have been airlifted to safety. They'll come back for the mission commander, Reed Wiseman in just a minute. A pretty amazing moment. Earlier Bethany used the term flawless. Every aspect of this, from takeoff to splashdown, and now to hoisting these astronauts to safety, has been flawless. Pretty amazing to watch it all in real time.
Yeah, there's John. And by the way, greetings from Huntsville, Alabama, Rocket City, USA, which
Rocket City,
well.
I lived there for a couple of years. Yeah, I caused a lot of trouble. I was there, and I caused quite a bit of trouble when I was on the air there. But I'm very grateful.
We love you. And by the way, Huntsville is the home of Space Camp, and Christina Cook, as a kid, went through Space Camp 5 times, and the new NASA administrator hey, baby.
William, do you have my charger?
No. I'm just,
Did you go in the bedroom and take the charger?
but I'm just wanting to charge my. Oh.
What you wanted to do, that's a yes or no. Did you take the charger?
Yes.
Okay, and then the question is why, and then you say because I need something to charge my stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, when you're done with it, I need it back so I can plug it back in. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That was not hard, to tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta turn the light on here, so don't be coming over here to turn it off. Laura, before we go to Morgantown, you gotta do some cleaning and you gotta put some clothes up, okay?
Ah, fuck. Oh my god. My god. uh, Simon will do the same as Leonard. He will remain on the stage and will leave going into the vent in front of you. On the red bar, flip the switch up if he has left the stage. Yay. Okay. That's how many people got how many people got the same issue? The game throwing two characters at the same time. That's a lot of Timmys. Oh my god. Nah, that's just that's just. Ooh.
I'm really scared of this stuff. I got a stack of things straight out of the abandoned water fuel behind Pops. One's labeled "Do not watch" in red crayon. You know they're legend.
You think a bunch of moldy trees are going to scare me? The only character in your Haitian movie and water cooler. What's your fire now?
It's called recycling. Besides, it could go wrong. That's it. You never know. That's it. You get costumes.
Whoever gets this over with. If you scream, I'm posting it on every lab computer.
Rolling with my Garrett the cord. That's the one with the haunted hot dogs, right?
If a floating frankfurter gets me, I'm hunting you.
Nice ambience. Get Brilby's afraid.
Again, it's a DVD corrupt reality.
This evening, unless my laziness is now contagious. Wait, can you catch lazy?
Copy from this genius. This doesn't happen with anime foodplex.
It's gotta be worth at least a 1-star Yelp review.
Oh, fuck.
One stuck in Yelp.
You said you weren't scared, bud.
I'm not scared. I'm pissed. There's ketchup everywhere now. It's like a tomato massacre in here. Something terrifying befalls you just for that pun.
It'll be papayas. Bring me another glass of bucket again. Gigabit water. How dare you demand it be served? You don't need to be in my chair at all. Anywhere near. It is so very quiet in here. That a chair I share careful like this.
Why? Why?
I have something to
Oh, I thought you said you want to have a party.
What atrocity did you put in the player stance?
Says here, experiment gone wrong. Maybe it's a cooking show with a side of rampant screaming test subjects.
If Alfie shows up in here, I'm launching myself in here.
You know, I always wanted more shadow in my life, but not really get consumed by the void.
Hey, wait.
Let's just keep watching. This is quality nightmare fuel.
I grow a second face, I'm feeding it to songs.
Live with the smoke release.
Iris walks in right now and catches you next in this horror show.
I don't think he's coming back until he's out of unicycles or until Brilby sobers up enough to kick him out.
For fuck's sake, Sam, can we turn this off before we end up in nightmare on Boat Street?
I think we got one more in us. This one's just called the Endless Loop. Wonder what that.
Watch that out there.
Screaming like
Leave on that door, you break it. Thank you. Where's she at? She hasn't come home yet?
Yes, I picked her up when you were in the shower.
Oh.
woke up home, bro. You're gonna regret it. What are you talking right now? Strike me down. Strike me down. I was leaving. No, it's not.
What is wrong? What's wrong, baby?
That's it.
Seems like something is wrong. What's in here? What is all this? Did he throw the stuff in here?
I don't know what it is, not mine.
Oh. William, you've got another 15 minutes on the computer, then you gotta give her up. I need the computer and you go upstairs. All right? It's almost time for you to take your pills and then you gotta go to bed because you said you wanna go to GameStop tomorrow. Is that correct? What'd you say? No GameStop? Did you want one?
Not right now. Can't eat.
Yeah. I understand that problem. Yeah. God, that cat cries and cries and cries.
He wants to come sit with you.
Kitty don't cry half as much.
She never cries.
You're gonna die.
What? Yep.
What?
I love looking. I pay your salary.
Is
I
it
pay
okay?
taxes too.
Is it okay?
My thing. A question. Okay, this lady I was talking about.
One night at Whoppies.
Going to Well, here's my question. How much does it cost to educate a person, a kid per year in Garrett County?
Probably 12 down.
Okay, so how much are they gonna have to pay Allegheny County or whatever?
100,000 plus.
Why that's ridiculous.
That they're not paying Allegheny County.
The school. Okay, the school.
It's Shepherd Pratt.
Oh no, but
It's a psychological.
it costs to go there. Wonder if insurance pays any of that. Probably not.
Got Medicaid.
Well, that's insurance.
Okay. Did you call them today?
Who? Shepherd Pratt?
Mm-hmm. Did you make him an appointment with Derek, like you said you were going to do last week? Why?
Did you?
You said I'll take care of it. Okay.
But Weekend Buddy, Lucky and Friends, Skittles, Big Buster Doll, Honey Bear Decoration, Glancer, Custom Phone Ringtones, Jester Hat. Mario? Sk- My god. It's been so long since I seen Matthew. He just disappeared. I must find him again. I have so many questions. I could possibly get answers from the new Buster's location. That location is currently being renovated, but they need some kind of guard. He could be hiding there after all this time. Well, let's see where this takes me in my hunt to find him.
What time do you wanna go tomorrow? What time do you wanna go tomorrow? And William, from now on, do not put this much barbecue sauce. I'm gonna start pouring it into cups for you.
Dad, put it in the dipper thing I bought.
Okay? In the little dipper thing you bought. Is that correct?
Yes.
I really want Dexter to see this. Hey man, Dexter should see this shit. So cool.
You
Now I gotta wait for them to cool off. Probably won't do it since I know.
Who is that? Daddy?
Diane. Diane, it's sister. Oh, hello. Yeah. just got out of the shower. So I could get clean. When you're gonna be retired, you don't shower very often. So. Well, I don't, you probably go somewhere every day. I go. So. I thought she was in. No, I was in the shower. I thought she was in Atlanta. She sent me a text at like 3:47 in the morning.
The fuck?
Uh-huh. Yeah. What are you looking for? Hello?
Huh?
What are you looking for?
Papers of mine.
I don't have any papers. Huh? Yeah. He is retired. But he is retired. Well, he usually goes to bed at 10:30. Gets up every morning.
Where were you again?
Gets it all the best. So he's up right about 7. Not till probably a month ago.
Come on.
After
Ding.
just how did she?
Ding.
Well, she talks about. She'll talk to me. But
Ding. And. Woohoo! Something isn't right. Papers are coming in about a missing person. A missing person at the old Busters. It must have been the spy that Matthew took care of. He's on the prowl and I will end it in his place. There's no way I could fail this. His tracks are so hidden yet so predictable. I just need more clues. Clues. Fuck. Rip. 25, 15, 10, 50, 10, 10, 15, 20, 10, 15, 15, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. He, 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 he. He, 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 he. Ah, 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 ah. What the fuck was that? You stop making me moan, and love sir go on. I know have you sure volcano winter. What kind of music you like will stop the lonely road. So perhaps you will still use all day. I don't have your shirt, okay, no winter. It's a bum 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 da 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 bum 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 bum. Bum 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 da 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 bum bum dum dum ba da 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 da. Do da dun da da dun 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 da da dun 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 da da dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Na 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 na. Dude, this car kicks ass. I'll be free at last. All I need is that. Put on mask. You put on. You close door. What about for Kennedy? Something. Ha 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 ha. We all gotta be. So they say it's done, and we three are one. So let's have some fun, lying towards the sun. Strings that burdened me, got it set me free. Soon you will see a blue boy I'll be. Poodle you shine at a lotion of black. Now's your big shot. Animals make me melt. Volcano, it's Rumsfeld. Yeah, yeah. Now the sail is done, and we three are one. So let's have some fun flying towards the sun. Sing a bird and me. Cut it 73, so you all will see the real boy I'll be. Okay. Oh yeah, you then see him right there. Oh no. And we've. Now the sail is done. Oh. Now the sail is done, and we three are one. So let's have some fun. Flying towards the sun. Strings that burden me, cut them, set me free. Soon you all will.
The computer, I need it. Start wrapping it up, okay?
Soon you all will see the real boy I'll be. No. No, I'm not talking to you. Now the sail is done, and we three are one. So let's have some fun, flying towards the sun. The strings that burden me, cut them, set me free. So you all will see the real boy I'll be. Do those all you stand alone, sure, away. It's Candy the cat. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of like a rhyme that rhymes with at, but nah, no, not for me. Boom, 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 but down, boom, 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 but it boom, 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 but it boom, boom. Boom, ba dee boom, ba 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 dee ba 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 dee boom, ba 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 dee ba 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 dee ba 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 dee ba 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 dee ba.
5 more minutes to wrap it up.
Now the sale is done and we three are one, so let's have some fun. Flying towards the sun, strings that burden me, cut them set me free. Soon you will see the real boy I'll be. Up stump, up stump, up stump, up stump, and up stump, up stump, up stump. Lip stump, lip stump, lip stump, lip stump. Boom, bip stump, bip stump, bip stump, bip sh. Bow, 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 bow. Yay. Candy ain't moving no more. But why? I like Candy the cat. I like cats. Up stoop, up stoop, up stoop. Oh, hey, that's lucky. Bring it on, Saw! Yeah, yeah! Yeah! Where is everyone? We need you. No, not Freddy Fazbear. Yeah, you're the main star and all, but, no thanks. No, not all you. Fuck you, Springtrap. Fuck you too, Lockjaw. Jolly, yes. Bip shloop, bip shloop, bop shloop, bop shloop, bop shloop, bop shloop, bip boop, bop doo, bip bop bop doo, bop boop bop, bop beep bop, whip beep beep bop bip beep. Waff.
I turned the air conditioner on for you.
Dude, those animals so fucking funny. They make me wanna march without looks.
How much of a raise did you give in your check?
$100, $90, something like that.
All right, William, that's it. I need the computer. All right, come on, you're done. Fields. So what they say, anything.
You know,
They have some suggestions.
oh, hell no. They just want to get the dirt, that's all.
Typical woman wants to know everything.
Yep.
Here, take this and we're done. Take this and go. I gotta take over. All right?
Yep, Harold's.
Yeah. Do a couple.
My goodness, thank you for getting up from your ass.
All right. Get something to drink, William. Go upstairs and go to bed until we can get up because are we going, where are we going tomorrow? What's in Morgantown?
Either Morgantown or the Mountain Coaster. Yeah.
No GameStop?
Yeah.
No GameStop.
Fucking GameStop.
Thursday night?
Wendy.
Okay, Wendy, Jersey Mike for grandma. How's that? Is that fair?
Yes.
All right. GameStop for you and Sam's Club for grandma.
No.
Fair?
Check our agency one.
Yeah, we need some more toilet paper. So when we get to India, they don't have toilet paper back in the refrigerator. Are you worried about that?
No. You don't give a shit if you have to wipe your ass.
You're not giving me empathy, or anything. Why not? I give it to you. Wonderful, wonderful life. Considering
Is enough false so fun. Fuck me, takes me walk out first without looking. Looking. Okay, I guess that's it. Um, I guess that would be it. Um, yeah. Good night. Or, yeah. Since no one's here, good night, everyone. I guess, or goodbye, or whatever. Be boom 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 boom. Oh, one rainbow, yum bum boom 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 boom. Good night, everybody.